Hello everyone, as you can see we have another Star Wars The Black Series figure in front of us, and this time it is Asajj Ventress. I've been trying to get a hold of this figure for a while. I pre-ordered her from two different sites and she just hadn't shipped. And then I was on Shop Diseny and voila, she was there. So I placed the order. She was at my house in 3 days and I canceled the two other orders. So it worked out very well for me. So just a heads up for you collectors, every once in a while you might want to check shopdiseny.com. They run good deals, and if you've got the Disney Visa card, you also get some additional discounts on top of that. But anyways, I'm done talking about that. Let's focus on Asajj Ventress. I know she would appreciate being the center of attention. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at the outside the box. We're going to go ahead and unbox Ventress here and then take a look at her articulation, take some pictures, come back, talk about some of the things that we learned, maybe some things that we liked and or didn't like about the figure, and wrap things up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the outside of the box. So as you can see, we've got the Asajj Ventress name there. We've got the Clone Wars. Of course, she's from the Clone Wars. We go off to the side here, and we've got the mural look there. And then on the back, she is number 7. And it says, Asajj Ventress, an assassin trained in the ways of the dark side by Count Dooku. Asajj Ventress yearned to be considered a true Sith, but such status wasn't allowed under the Sith's rule of 2. Awesome. And then we go on the side, and we are back to the front. So let's go ahead and unbox Asajj Ventress. And as we do on the channel, we're going to go ahead and go from the bottom. It's just less tape that way, and it just seems to be easier to get the figures out. And that was true with the red boxes. It's true with these as well. And as I'm unboxing the figure here and taking pictures and whatnot, if you have questions, make sure to ask down below. I try to answer them as quickly as possible. These lightsabers are super cool. And she's a small figure, as you would expect, being who she is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get things cleaned up here, and I'll be right back. All right, so what we typically do is take a look at the accessories first and then the articulation of the figure. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ventress's lightsabers here. Some things to note. We've got, it looks, how you would want it to look, I think. They do a good job of getting the color in there. It's not a whole lot of detail in the on the hilt there, but it's not bad. Some things that I like right off the bat, noticing that on both of these, we do have the little knobs there, so it looks like it is going to be able to go on her belt. And then also you've got a male and a female part here, so you can do the combined Ventress lightsaber here, which is super cool. I love that look. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a closer look at Ventress herself. All right, so taking Ventress a little bit closer here, let's go ahead and take a look at her face first. I think the detail on the face is actually really good. Got the shoulder blades there. All right, so let's go ahead and see head articulation, head and neck, as far up as she's going to go, as far down as she's going to go. You can see that we have a ball joint and on the top and the skull area. And we've also got a joint on the neck, so we're able to get some decent articulation. I like the fact that we're going to be able to get the head tilts as she does. Arms, really good movement there. We're not going to get any movement at the upper shoulder area. We get the movement instead at the elbow, and we're able to get better than 90. As you know, that's something I'm always looking for, especially if we're going to be looking at using a lightsaber. You're going to need that articulation. The hands, this one is a left-right, and this one as well is a left-right as well. So we'll see how that works. Torso has some good movement. We've got the notches here on the belt, and that's of course where the hilts for the lightsabers will go with the blades off. The sash here looks super cool. I'm glad that that is not soft goods. The soft goods on our dress are actually not bad. I think they're a good use of soft goods. And then movement on the upper thigh, obviously full 360. It is a single knee joint. And then normal, I'd say normal foot movement as well. So that's what we got with Ventress. Now's the fun part. What we'll do is we'll take some pictures. And while we're doing this, if you have questions, of course, make sure to ask down below. If you're liking the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll be right back. All right, so I think that gave us a good look at the figure. I was actually really impressed with what Hasbro did with the face, also with the lightsabers, and surprisingly enough, even with the soft goods. The dress portion of the figure, it made sense. Sometimes when they do the soft goods, it just does not make sense, and it looks really bad. But I think this will look really, really good, especially on the shelf if you're not moving around too much. With the lightsaber, I appreciate the fact that they made it so that the lightsaber came apart, it could come together, and the fact that it actually has a home on our belt. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with Jedi and Sith figures, is when they have lightsabers, but they don't have a home other than holding. I mean, at the same time, yes, it's going to be on the shelf, and yes, they're going to be holding the lightsaber, so it's not that big of a deal, but oh well. One of the problems that I did have, though, she is a smaller figure, so she doesn't have a lot of weight, and she doesn't have a big footprint. So I did have to use museum putty in order to get her to stand up with the lightsaber in any significant pose, including this one. She would not have stood up on her own, at least not for a significant amount of time. So, yeah, I mean, I think she's a great addition. She's going to look great on your Clone Wars shelf. If you have any questions about the figure, make sure to ask down below. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Oh, one other thing. The lack of shoulder movement was definitely an issue in getting her in some of the poses I wanted. Like this pose right here that's in that background picture, that's hard. I could not exactly replicate it, only because her shoulder didn't turn the way that it would need to make that happen. But anyways, with that, if you are not already subscribed to the channel, I invite you to do so. We do lots of things on the channel that are Star Wars and Star Wars The Black Series related, but we do other things as well that a professional geek might find interesting. Me, myself, being a professional geek, like to share things that are of interest to me, and hopefully they are of interest to you as well. So it could be like going to theme parks, unboxing home automation stuff. I collect pocket knives. So with that, if any of that interests you, if you consider yourself a professional geek, you'll probably like the channel. And with that, have a great day.